Hello everyone, I'm very quietly. I'm happy for this episode for you guys, and I'm gonna exactly talk about it. Anyway, guys, I all hope you have a wonderful, blessed day and a very blessed day and an evening and an afternoon as well. Sorry guys, I have to tell you this. My battery is quietly low, so I'm gonna have to speed things up. I'm not exactly speeding things up as much as I can. But anyway, to my viewers, I'm very grateful for your support and as well for everything else. It means greatly a lot to me. Just to tell you guys something, I really just shot another episode about this episode again. I'm actually doing it again because the sound wasn't actually good. So let me exactly get to it. Today's episode is about Nightmare, who is a supervillain and a dark, powerful witch who is a current member of the Order of the Twelve with the goal of thrusting humanity and the rest of Sacred World into chaos and into destruction. So, and that's quietly founded and led by the Universal Prince. So let's exactly get to it. In Nightmare's earlier century, she began concocting. She began exactly a power. She was a goddess and a powerful goddess of dreams and of nightmares as well. She was quietly revealed as a goddess of dreams and of nightmare as well with the power that she was able to exactly dawn, she created more power and she created more abilities than ever before. She exactly wanted more in order to become more stronger and more greatly more immortal than anything else that ever existed throughout the rest of sacred history. So during at that time, Nightmare exactly began making a pact of blood, exactly making a deal of blood, sealing it with her deal of blood in order to becoming more powerful and more stronger. She wanted more power and more greater power than anything else. The Guardians of Dreams, and the Gatekeepers and the Warlocks started exactly attacking Nightmare. Nightmare used her powerful dark magic in order to exactly disorientate her enemies and also as well keeping them exactly at bay. During at that time, Nightmare exactly teleported herself exactly to took all the knowledge and all the ancient texts that she was able to successfully recover at that time, and she managed to exactly escape. She managed to exactly regroup to another of her ancient greatest temples of her hidden headquarters, where she was able to operate from, where she exactly drew a pact of blood and DNA, where she was able to discipline sacrifice the bodies of the warlocks and guardians and the dreams and guardians and the gatekeepers of dreams with her dark magic in order to gain more immense power and more immense dark magic than anything else that ever existed ever before, making her a more powerful dark witch that's ever existed throughout the rest of sacred history. That by doing so, Nightmare became more powerful and more deadly than anything. She wanted more powers and more abilities. She entered through another mysterious dimension of dark magic where she drew more power and more energy than ever before in her capacity. During at that time, the Universal Prince approached Nightmare with a very powerful offer, stating that she could exactly join him in his quest to becoming the new Universal King, in thrusting the rest of humanity to chaos and also to further destruction, where she will exactly gain him and seize more dark knowledge about the power that she was exactly after, and also about the great ability. Nightmare was quietly relentless, and she was very quietly pleased that the Universal Prince exactly considered her to join forces with the Universal Prince. She shook hands with the Universal Prince as stated of their partnership, and the Universal Prince was reluctantly happy as Nightmare exactly accepted him as his partner and as well as his new associates. On the 1st of September, Nightmare attended a meeting of the members of the Order of the Twelve, where the Memory Sisters complimented their new enforcer known as Windmaster on his job and on his mission by exactly telling the Jedi Empire warlords and commanders to sow their allegiance and their loyalty to the Universal Prince and to his organization, and as well complimenting Reza with his good job and services, meaning that they will forever be grateful for his services and as well for his good work. And Nightmare was quietly present at the time. On the 2nd of September, Nightmare was able to exactly teleport herself through the ruins of an ancient golden temple, where with a few dark druids and a dark witches and dark faithful who exactly accompanied her, they knew they found new dark magic powers and ability to restore the golden temple back to its righteous glory, where Nightmare was able to dissonantly meditate when Nightmare was able to dissonantly meditate through the entire temple and able to focus his power and energy and perception for her own gain, where she was able to learn that the Dark Sisters, a group of dark powerful witches, were on an ancient quest to obtain an ancient dark magical power that could forever grant them more power of immortality and great power and great understanding of controlling everything over life and death and over itself, and also by enhancing the new Lolo Magic's power and his abilities as well. Nightmare wanted to go after that power as well, and she began exactly making preparations and plans as well, as one dog druid exactly told her all the information and everything else that exactly happened to it. Nightmare exactly began making her own sinister plans and her own attempts as well, and she was able to exactly gather more power and more energy than ever before. She had her personal bodyguards known as the skeleton monsters accompanying her through the Golden Temple, where they remain guarding the temple as for her and protecting her as well, and also protecting the secrets of the temple, which will follow her every command and every rule as well. And Nightmare was reluctantly pleased and very successfully happy that the monsters remained by the side. Despite that, the monsters are now also following the Universal Prince's command and also his commands and also further instructions as well. The skeleton monsters are very loyal dark monsters who are very loyal to Nightmare and who are also very loyal to the Universal Prince and to the members of the Order of the 12 as well. They come from a dimension that is unknown and they follow Nightmare as they believe that Nightmare is a very, very powerful Dark Queen, and they're willing to exactly follow her instructions and her commands and as well as everything else, and they simply obey them and exactly follow them no matter what. So despite this, Nightmare exactly combined her energy with the dark crystal, with the golden crystal, which is able to focus her energy in sensing and seeing all the events of the sacred galactic conflicts that's been exactly been waging on over the Shadow Empires that are fighting over the Shadow Empire warlords and commanders that are fighting amongst themselves, and as well fighting for power and fighting for the Shadow Empire throne and seeing red balls in a throne. And she was able to foresee every event of the universal heroes against the greatest adversary known as Dark Master, who was able to use his empire's forces in order to exactly launching a full scale. She was able to see everything and foresee the events that are happening within the sacred world, and realizing that the monsters are growing too powerful for the Four Nation Hunters in order for them to defeat them, and meaning this was exactly good for her. She was very quietly pleased and very successfully happy that this was exactly good, exactly very, very good show of strength of the monsters exactly rising to power and exactly getting stronger every by the minute. And she was very, very reluctantly happy and very reluctantly pleased at this development of the state. Nightmare attended a meeting of the members of the Order of the 12 on the 10th on the 15th of September, where the Universal Prince was able to reassure the members of the Order of the 12 that everything else is going according to plan. The new alliances with the new Star Prince has been able to exactly ensure that when the Universal Prince sits on the Universal Throne, he'll be able to exactly make sure that the Star Empire rules the rest of sacred existence and also conquers the rest of the known worlds of the sacred universe and as well of the sacred world, while they exactly thrust humanity and the rest of the known universe into chaos and into further destruction, which will exactly benefit them in many more ways. And Nightmare was currently present. Nightmare went back to the Golden Temple, where she was able to meditate through her dark magic process, where she was able to receive more power and more energy than ever before, with the combining the dark crystal's energy and as well its power, granting her more immense immortality and more immense power during at the time. During at the time, the group of other dark magic users known as the Seconds exactly appeared to her, stating that they want to exactly work under her leadership. And Nightmare was reluctantly pleased and very happy, meaning that she needs their services and they work again. Which the group of dark magic users known as the Seconds, who are formerly working for the Shadow Empire, now are currently working for Nightmare, who they view her as the leader or as the high priestess from now on out. The Seconds exactly were very happy to be under the leadership of Nightmare, which Nightmare was very happy. Nightmare exactly told the group of the dark magic users known as the Seconds that it's time for them to launch a full-scaling attack at the Intergalactic Coalition's headquarters, meaning right and for all, they have to exactly attack the Intergalactic Coalition's headquarters in order for it to exactly acquire the Blue Crystal's power and energy, which is successfully agreed. On the 1st of October, the group of dark magic users known as the Seconds launched a full-scale invasion on the Intergalactic Coalition's headquarters, where they were able to besiege the whole base with dark magic, allowing Nightmare to successfully quickly teleport within the central headquarters where the Blue Crystal was highly activated. The Four Nation Hunters, the members of the Intergalactic Coalition, the Four Nation Hunters, the Five Nation Hunters, the Six Nation Hunters, the aliens, the aliens and werewolves and supernaturals and some of the vampires exactly joined forces in order to fight against this group of dark magic users. Nightmare was able to teleport herself through the central headquarters of the Intergalactic Coalition's headquarters, where she was able to absorb all the light magic, all the blue magic of the blue crystal's energy. But during at that time, one of the universal magic heroes exactly appeared, and he decided to launch a full-scaling attack with these blue magic against Nightmare. Nightmare was able to officially overpower the one magic hero with her dark magic and power, where she was able to create a powerful dark nightmare of dreams and illusions through him. And he was very quietly shocked of Nightmare's power and ability. She was able to gain more power, seizing more power and more control over that. She was able to exactly be skilled in dark magic and also in creating more powerful dark illusions than ever before. Nightmare successfully teleported away exactly. She psychically spoke to the group of dark magic users known as the Seconds to successfully teleport themselves away from the battle, meaning that she took exactly what she needed, and the group of dark magic users known as the Seconds successfully teleport themselves. One magic hero was very quietly shocked that Nightmare is growing too powerful and growing too greatly indestructible, becoming indestructible and untouchable. She was able to inform Universal Magic Girl that Nightmare is growing too powerful and too deadly and she's becoming very indestructible and very quietly too powerful as well. Magical was very quietly distraught and very quietly devastated to realize that their greatest enemy is rising in power and ascending in power so soon and very greatly so faster. Nightmare was able to return to the Golden Temple with the rest of her group of dark magic users known as the Seconds, where they were able to converge the blue crystal's power and energy straight at the golden crystal, able to activate it, where Nightmare's power and energy became more powerful and more destructive as she infused herself with shadow energy and with the power of the dark entities, granting her more immense power and more immense immortality. During at the time, the Universal Prince approached her and told her that he is quietly evolving, he is quietly adapted as well, that he's fully transformed, and he's more powerful and more deadly, but not as stronger and invincible as the new Lord of Magic. Nightmare exactly told the Universal Prince that she will be able to help him adapt and also grow more powerful than ever. But she only has to do one more thing. She also has to gain the power that the Dark Sisters are after. The Dark Sisters are exactly after, and once she has gained that power, she'll be able to give it all to the Universal Prince, where she'll be able to become more powerful and more untouchable and more indestructible than the new Lord of Magic, and also against his villainous organization known as the Order of Power as well. And the Universal Prince was very reluctantly happy. During that time, Nightmare exactly drew blood with a dagger and staff in order to absorb more power and more dark magic than ever before, where she became more and more indestructible and more obsessed with power. One of the other dark heroes exactly told Nightmare that Witchcaster is also after the ultimate dark ancient power that the Dark Sisters are after, and she was very quietly very angry and very quietly displeased that Witchcaster, her greatest competitor, is after the same power that she's also after, meaning that she have to speed up her quest and her mission as well in order to obtaining that power before Witchcaster or the Universal Magic heroes or the rest of the Universal heroes can exactly beat her to the chase against any of her operatives and against any of her top competitors. During that time, Nightmare exactly infused herself with more shadow energy and with more power within the Golden Temple, making her power more powerful and more destructive than ever before. She combined her dark magic with the golden crystal's energy in order to amplify her dark power and her energy as well, making her more powerful and more indestructible, and she was very successfully pleased. She was able to exactly terrorize other territories of the Shadow Empire warlords and commanders on the 10th of October, demonstrating her power and her ability. And the Shadow Empire warlords and commanders as well also exactly saw their allegiance and also pledged their allegiance and their loyalty to the Universal Prince and also to his organization known as the Order of the 12. And Nightmare was reluctantly pleased and reluctantly very proud of their loyalty as well, as she killed one Shadow Empire warlord commander in order to exactly acquire their shadow blood and also their DNA. The Four Nation Hunter was able to successfully follow her straight into the Golden Temple, where one of her monsters, before the monsters exactly killed them, she told the monsters to stand down, and in doing so, Nightmare exactly killed the Four Nation Hunter herself, taking his light, taking his Four Nation Hunter blood and his abilities as well, and also fusing them with shadow energy and with the power of the dark entities and with the power of the golden crystal, combining them all with the shadow empire warlord's blood and DNA, making her more powerful and more deadly. Her magic became more darker and more shadowy and more powerful than anything else ever before. She was able to conjure up a powerful dark dream and a dark nightmare, or a dark nightmare dream of an illusion, where she was able to see flashbacks of her childhood, of her mother becoming the greatest powerful witch ever existed, where she drew a pact with her blood, combining her blood magic with her daughter's blood magic, making Nightmare to become more powerful and more sinister and more deadly than ever before. And Nightmare was very happy of that childhood of her past, and she realized that that's where her power exactly started to grow at its full S capacity, and she was very happy. During at that time, the Universal Prince approached her, supplying her with endless more dark crystals and power from his forces, stating that she will exactly need more power and more energy than ever before. And Nightmare was reluctantly pleased and very proud. Nightmare told the Universal Prince that her forces and resources are also at his commands as well, for his plans and for his goals, in order to help him further his goals and plans. And the Universal Prince was very happy that his associates was able to also provide him more resources and more powerful, as they shook hands and remarked on their untouchable, indestructible partnership as ever before. Despite this, guys, Nightmare is very powerful and very ruthless and very cruel. She's very skilled in deception and manipulation. She's very ambitious, as she learns that her top competitors, known as Witchcaster and the Dark Sisters, a group of dark witches who are a high-ranking member of another villainous organization known as the Order of Power, that is led and founded by the New Order of Magic, who are also after the ancient dark power. She's willing to go through so much extreme measures to securing the prize and the goal as well. She's very powerful and very skilled in dark magic, in teleportation, opening portals, super speed, possessing, recreation, combining light, combining energy and dark energy, merging and infusing with shadow energy and its power, and able to activate the dark crystals and other golden crystals as well, recreating the temple back to its glory, restoring it back to its glory. She has connections to the sacred criminal underworld, and those connections are exactly a group of criminals who exactly work for her, and now who are working on the behalf of the Order of the 12 in order to further the Universal Prince's goals and plans as well, to be making sure that he becomes to remain in power and in control of the sacred world and of the sacred universe as well, by any and all means necessary. Despite this, Nightmare is very powerful and very ruthless and cruel in nature. She's very much quietly unpredictable. Her greatest, most powerful adversary is Lytris and Universal Magic Girl, where she quietly views them as her greatest worthy opponents ever in fighting against her dark arts power. She quietly admires her adversaries and her greatest worthy opponents, known as Universal Girl and Universal Magic Girl, and also Lytris, who's the leader of the Universal Defending, and she learns from her failures not to ever underestimate the Universal, not to ever underestimate the Universal Heroes and Universal Earth Heroes, the World Heroes, the United Heroes, and the Intergalactic Coalition, and the Universal Defending Heroes in the abilities, including the operation as well they plan, and she never takes them lightly. She despises the fairies and the warlocks and the witches, and she gracefully hates them. She even forms an alliance with a group of other powerful supervillains such as Power Boy, Sacred Light, Zero, Windmaster, Memory Sister, Time Witches, the Universal Prince as well, who are known as the Order of the 12 as well, who are a group of supervillains known as the Order of the 12, with the goal of ruling and also thrusting humanity to chaos and into destruction, so that the Universal Prince will remain in power and also to becoming the new Universal King. Despite this, Nightmare believes in the Universal Prince's goals and his method to becoming the new Universal King, in order for him to thrust the rest of humanity and the rest of sacred existence to chaos, and also for her to further her own plans and her studies in understanding the power of the dark arts and the power of dark magic, into learning more about the ancient texts, about this ancient dark ultimate power that the Dark Sisters are searching for. Despite this, she's very powerful and very ambitious, and not meant to be underestimated and not meant to be taken lightly. She has a group of dark, powerful monsters known as the Skeleton Monsters, who follow her every command and every instruction, who are very loyal to her, and also to the members of the Order of the 12, who exactly follow her every command and every instruction as she gave them out. The Skeleton Monsters are a group of dark monsters who come from an unknown dark dimension, who are exactly able to exist on the physical plane, not to able to be banished back onto the unknown dark dimension by the Formation Hunters. There were some of the kind were still waging war with the Formation Hunters, but during that time they found that Nightmare is a powerful dark witch, and they decided to obey her, and they view her as a queen and leader, and they decided to follow Nightmare's every command and every instruction as ever she gave them, even the Universal Prince as well, who they're very loyal to, and to the members of the Order of the 12. Despite this, guys, the skeleton monsters led by Nightmare, who Nightmare leads them with great authority and with greatness, authority, and they will exactly respect her and follow her every command and every wishes as she quietly gives them out. Despite this, Nightmare is very powerful, very ruthless, and very dark. Her power and her ability she can combine nightmares and dreams in order to create powerful dark illusions, in order to disorientate her enemies and her foes and her adversaries as well, long enough for her to escape and to teleport and opening portals to other dimensions and other worlds. She exactly rules other dark dimensions who are very much under her control, and she exactly leads them with great authority. She maintains her usual basis of operations and as well as her central headquarters known as the Ancient Golden Dark Temple, where she's able to operate from, where the Order of the 12 of the members of the 12 can exactly meet and convene and discuss the operation and as well as a plans as well. She believes in the Universal Prince's goals and his mission to becoming the new Universal King and in thrusting the rest of humanity into chaos and into destruction. And she's willing to help the Dark Monsters wipe out the Formation Hunters and the members of the Intergalactic Coalition and the members and the Universal Heroes and the United Heroes out of the way in a process, as long as she will exactly able to benefit from them being destroyed and being extinct in a process as well. Nightmare is very clever, very smart, and very deceptive. She exactly has rare intellect that she exactly has, and she's able to exactly study ancient texts and ancient languages. She can speak many languages, such as ancient languages and ancient powerful languages. She leads a group of other dark magic users known as the Seconds, and also another group of other dark magic users known as the Dark Druids, the Dark Witches, and Dark Faithful, who are at her service. They view her as the High Priestess and as the leader. Under the current leadership of Nightmare, the Dark Druids and the Dark Witches and the Dark Faithful and the Seconds have become more powerful and more indestructible and more untouchable than ever before. And they exactly will follow Nightmare's instructions and her leadership, given to the letter and given to every command she gives. That will exactly help her in a very much of a dark experiments and her dark rituals into giving her more power and more energy in order to overwhelm her greatest adversaries and opponents, such as Universal Magic Girl and Lytris, who is the leader of the Universal Defending Hero, which she learns not to underestimate and never to take it lightly ever again. Well, guys, that's it for today's episode. I all hope you enjoyed today's episode, and I all hope you have a wonderful day and a very blessed day and a very blessed evening as well. I all hope you'll stay safe and you'll stay happy and you'll continue your goals and you'll pursue your dreams no matter what. God bless you all. Thank you for your support and everything else. It means a lot to me. I will exactly see you tomorrow. So, sharp and goodbye.